We are live! Yay! Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of YouTubers. We took March off, so it feels like it's all very brand new. I felt like I didn't know where anything was or what I was doing when I was setting this up. But if you are brand new to my channel, you're brand new to these hangouts. Basically, a YouTuber is a YouTubing mom or person trying to lose weight because we're chubby. So I have two YouTubers with me today, Ashley and Pepper. If you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourselves and tell us where we can find you and what your channels are about.
So I'm Pepper, and I blog at pepperscraps.com, and you can find me on YouTube at YouTube/pepperscraps. And I have been on a weight loss journey since 2011, and I'm at 60 pounds lost. So.
Yay, that's awesome. We're glad you're here. This is your second hangout with us, right?
Yes.
I know the last one you were in, everyone was like, Pepper speaks! She's here! She's real! Okay, sorry. Tangent number one out of the way. Ready, go.
Hi, I'm Ashley from the Eagle's Nest, and I have a YouTube channel called The Eagle's Nest. I basically just vlog about like mommy lifestyle stuff, and this weight loss journey that I'm on currently started when I had my daughter in 2013, and I am currently down 0 pounds, but still working at it.
That's what matters, is that you're not going to give up, and we're not going to let you. Right, Pepper?
No, we're not going to let you give up.
So, basically, it feels like I haven't talked to you guys in forever. We took a break last month. I just felt like I had so much going on, and I just needed a break because I didn't, feel that I had it in me to do one of these, which I guess is very selfish of me. But you know what? Sometimes we just need a break. So we took March off, and I feel like so much has changed. It's now spring. The weather is so much warmer. We're able to get outside and do things, and I just feel like motivation was a good topic for us to talk about because I feel like it's so much easier to find that lost motivation once the weather changes. And once you open your windows and it's sunny outside, it's not cold and snowing anymore. So we're kind of going to talk about that today. We don't really have a list of questions that we're going to go over. We're just going to kind of randomly talk to you guys about where we find our motivation and where we lose it and what we do to find it again, because it happens to all of us. We're mothers. It is what it is. So, either one of you ladies can go first, but how have you been doing since the last time we talked with staying motivated and staying on top of yourselves?
Motivation-wise, I think the weather, like you said, is a huge thing because I really, really enjoy working out outside, going on walks and runs and things like that. If I'm outside, I feel like I push myself harder, I work out longer. Like, I can be out there for an hour and be like, oh, okay. But if I'm inside and I'm doing something like a DVD or something like that, I'm like counting the minutes till the dang workout is over. So the weather is a huge motivation, and also knowing that it's almost bikini season. Not that I'm wearing a bikini, but it's coming, and I would like to just feel more comfortable in my swimsuit this year. So that's kind of like another thing. And also weddings. I feel like weddings are like really good sort of timeline goals. So like I have my cousin who's getting married at the end of May. So I want to be at a certain point by that point. And then my sister-in-law is getting married in September, and I want to be hopefully at goal by then. Maybe. Fingers crossed.
That's really good. I feel like that's a great point about weddings, because not only, do you see people that you didn't see, like maybe you go a long time without seeing them, but there's going to be pictures out there.
Oh
And
yeah.
you don't want to look back on those pictures of yourself and think, God, why didn't I just do something that week before? Why didn't I take some Miralax or something? You know, I kid, don't do that, but that's my 2 cents on that. Pepper.
Since last time that I saw you guys, I was all really motivated, and then I had a huge boom. It was right around Easter. Like, I think I was totally sabotaged. My husband bought 30 cupcakes for my son's birthday, and it was just cupcakes for my neighborhood. It was a whole total miscommunication. I figured we probably needed about 14 cupcakes, and so I told him to get 2 dozen. Well, they came in 10 packs, so he got 30. So I had all these cupcakes, and it was right before Easter, and then my mother-in-law decided everybody should have a discounted bag of Easter candy. Everybody in the house had their own bag of candy, and I was just like, so we had candy and cupcakes, and it was just like, but I got remotivated. I was like, okay, I'm done, and so I'm like doing a huge sugar fast right now because I was just so sick of sugar after that. Might have been good because I think I like totally overdosed on sugar. So it kind of like, I was like, I feel so yucky. So
I feel like I've been on a sugar rush since Valentine's Day. I feel like, because it's Valentine's Day, and then my birthday is March 1st, and then we had Easter, and I feel like it's just been nonstop, just junk. So I think that that's 30 cupcakes, but you know what? Darned if he did, darned if he didn't, because if he would have got the 20, it'd have been like, well, I told you get 2 dozen.
I know, the poor guy, right?
But that's awesome. So you had a neighborhood party?
Well, it was just a few of the kids, like, when they got off the bus, we did cupcakes. So I think maybe we used 10.
So who ate most of the leftover cupcakes?
Probably me. It was probably me this time. Though my kids were really, and that's frustrating because we don't usually have sugar in the house, and they were just, can we have a cupcake? Can we have a cupcake?
Overload. One of the things that we're doing right now, because Leilani's potty training like in full effect right now, and you know, number one's no problem. She does it, you know, without us even telling her to do it. But number twos, those are a whole nother story. And so we're having to motivate her with candy because she loves anything sweet. So it's like, you know, it's awful. You don't want to teach your kid about candy as a treat or food as a treat, but it really works. So we always have candy in the house these days.
It does work. Though, you know, I used motivation charts too, and that did work. Like, where they were able to, like, go to Toys R Us at the end and buy anything they wanted or something. Like the sticker charts.
Yeah.
That's a good one. And then once they got to a certain number of stickers, they got to go.
Yeah. So, and some...
Sorry.
Go ahead.
My kids love stickers. Luckily, Aiden, I didn't have to give him anything for motivation. I just told him to go pee on the potty. Like, he was so ready. It was like it took 3 days for him to be pee trained. 3 weeks for number 2. Number 2's always harder. It always is. That's totally normal.
Okay.
Like, Averly, though, she like wants nothing to do with the potty. But when she does, she hates wearing a diaper. So she takes her diaper off all the time. And when she remembers to go over to the potty and go, she comes and tells me, I get a sticker now? My sticker, Mommy? Like, she remembers.
She's so cute.
But I won't tell you my kids because it will demotivate you.
What?
Actually, my oldest did the 2-day potty training.
Wow.
You know the 2-day potty training. Have you heard of that? That's an awesome.
I have. I know there's a bunch of Kindle books out there because I was doing a little bit of research, but I didn't get any of them. I didn't do any research. I just know that there's a way. So what is it? What do you do?
So basically, you feed them a whole bunch of junk food, lots of sugar, lots of salt. And so to just
Look at
fill
Ashley's
them up
face.
with juice and juice. You need to have like juice and red drink and everything that's like just bad. And you go out in the backyard and you just hang out in the backyard for 2 days, 3 days, and I think it's actually like I think they call it 3 days and it's actually about 4 days. So like, and you go out there and you have a potty out there and you just kind of train them to go potty, and you don't have any pants on them and they run around and just do that, and when they wet themselves, they're like, what the heck's this? And then they go, you teach them, well, you need to go in the potty now. And it worked for my older one, but my younger one ended up being the summer in Oregon that it rained every single weekend. And we had carpet, so I wasn't going to do it inside. Because you're just letting them free roam, right?
Yeah.
So, but... And my oldest, my youngest, we tried every motivation, and candy was the only thing that worked for him. I tried the sticker charts, I tried everything. And the sticker charts kind of worked, but even, he's 7 now, and the other day he came up to me, I want potty, can I have a candy? I'm like, you've been potty trained for 2 years now.
That's awesome.
You're fine.
Yeah. We did something similar with my son, but we have been fortunate enough that we've had like fake hardwood floor. So when Averly's free roam half the time as it is, and Aiden, we just did naked time for 3 days. That's all we did. He had one accident on the floor, and all I did was pee in the potty, and repeated that like 3 times. And the next time he went pee in the potty, and the kid has maybe had 3 or 4 accidents since then. He trained. He was just over 2, and Averly started showing interest in the big potty. I think that's part of the problem. She likes the big potty because she sees everybody else go on that. But when she's on it, she is freaking out. So I need to get her a little thing. But she's been trying to take off her clothes and pointing to the potty since she was 14 months. So I thought the child was going to be some little genius and was going to potty train so early, but no. It's okay though.
Always showed interest. One of my baby shower gifts was a potty from one of my cousins, and I was like, what in the world? This child's not even here on Earth, and I'm already getting a potty for it. But it was a good thing, it turns out, because I was able to pull it out early.
Yeah.
Because she wanted to mimic what I was doing. She didn't know what she was doing. She was, she's probably just under a year and a half, and she would sit on her potty with her diaper on. So she didn't get the concept, but she showed the interest. And then we got her the potty seat, the seat that you put on the potty. Mm-hmm. So we kind of just give her options now. When we go in the potty, you say, okay, you want the princess potty or do you want the big potty? And so she'll tell us which one she wants. But it's just a matter of getting her to stop what she's doing, playing or whatever, so that she will do it. And she does this thing now. I'll check her every 5 minutes if she's in big girl panties. I'll do a little pat and I'll say, are you dry? And she goes, yeah, I'm dry. And so every time I say, Leilani, you got to go pee-pee on the potty? Nope, I dry. And so it's okay, just take 1 second, stop what you're doing, put down Teletubbies or whatever those thingies are, and then let's go on the potty. And she's like, no, I dry. Okay. So that's our challenge, is getting her to focus and stop what she's doing.
Yeah. Really, she knows. If she does not have a diaper on, she'll ask me to put a diaper on her. She'll go in it and then take it off. She knows what she's doing. She tells me, if she needs to poop, she comes up and she goes, I'm pooping, Mommy. She poops. And then she gets me a diaper and says, you need to change my diaper. She knows what she's doing. She just won't do it on the potty. And I asked her the other day, I was like, can you just go poopy on the potty? No.
She's such a little diva.
She is a drama queen, for sure.
She's a little ham. Well, not to get off the potty training thing, because I love hearing other moms' experiences and stuff, but you were talking about bathing suits, and it just kind of has got me thinking about summer. And I had, oh my gosh, I'll never forget. I was traumatized. Okay, so I don't work now, but the last job I had when I was pregnant with Leilani, I worked in the car industry. I was a admin assistant in the sales department for the general manager of the dealership I was at. And it was summertime, and I was maybe like 4 months along. It was still very early, but I was starting to show. And we were talking about a pool party that the dealership was going to have for us. And one of the salesmen was like, "Oh, no, pregnant girls should never wear bikinis. That's just not appropriate." And like had this whole conversation with me. Meanwhile, this guy's single, never been married, not in a relationship. Like, I can see why, dude, because you're kind of a D-bag. But it was like, it was so upsetting. He was just like, "Yeah, pregnant girls just don't belong in bikinis. We don't want to see that, da 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 da." And I was just like crying. I had, tears running down my face. It was just so upsetting, and I've always been traumatized ever since then about wearing bikinis. But I've never had like the perfect bikini body, but I still always wore a bikini anyway because I didn't care what anybody else thought. They're like, "Yeah, so what? I got a muffin top and I'm about to get a tan line right there. So what?" But it's just like, it's so hard to think about what you don't want to think about what other people are going to think of you, but at the same time, you just can't help it. So right after I had Leilani, I had some Kohl's cash to spend. And so I got one of those real fancy, it was almost $100 bathing suit, and it was supposed to have like this slimming effect on your stomach. And it did work all right, but it was a one piece, and I just felt like, man, this is just not where I saw myself being, yet in my mind, I don't want to ever wear a two-piece again because I feel like people are going to be thinking awful, awful thoughts about me. And I look back at pictures of me in that one piece, and you can tell that I just wasn't happy. I did not like the way I looked in them at all. So what do you guys think now that you're moms, you both have two kids, what are your thoughts on one piece versus two pieces and going out in public?
I really like sort of the like retro style swimsuits. So my two swimsuits I had for last summer, my parents have a pool, so we like every single day in the freaking pool. I got the high-waisted bikinis. I was about 10 pounds less than what I am now. I still wasn't comfortable because, like, for me, it's like, it's not even my stomach. It's my legs. Like, I don't even like to wear shorts because, like, my problem area is, like, my thighs. That's where I carry a lot of my weight. I mean, like, obviously I have a mom belly. I have two kids. Like, that's not going to go anywhere. But my legs are what really bother me. And I have, like, a whole piece, but it looks more like retro style. It has like a sweetheart neckline right here, and it kind of comes down just above the thigh. It almost looks like a tankini kind of thing. I really do like tankinis. Those are nice. Those are really good. Whole pieces I think are just a pain in the butt. If you need to go to the bathroom, get it off, get it back on. Like, granted, like, I was overweight before I got pregnant with Aiden. So I feel like I missed out on some really prime bikini wearing years. When I was in high school, I rocked the crap out of a bikini. If anyone follows me on Instagram, I have a particular picture that I have posted more than once because I love it, and I'm in a bathing suit. But I was 20 when I got pregnant with him. So, like, I feel like, and I'm 26 now, and I'm like, I still feel like I should be able to wear a bikini. You know, like,
Absolutely.
and I've seen some really good kind of like those articles that go around of women who are not like perfect or whatever wearing bikinis, and they look amazing. And it gives me the confidence that it's possible that I could wear a bikini again one day. And I like that.
I like that. I don't, you don't ever think about the styles and the fashion. Like, you can wear a one piece or you can wear a two piece, but it doesn't have to be you know, the triangle on the string kind where it's like everything's falling out. Like,
Nope, that's never gonna happen.
like it's 2015. There are options out there for you guys. Or not, I don't mean you guys, but I'm saying like us moms, women out there.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Pepper?
I've always been overweight, so I've never had the bikini body. So I've never had a bikini. It was actually really strange that the other day I went in to buy a swimming suit, and my only option was the tankini thing. And I was like, okay, we'll try this. And I actually liked it, and it was fine. But actually what you guys reminded me of is, have you seen that picture? I only know her name. I don't know what her blog is or anything, but she's a blogger. And I think her name is Brooke, and I want to say it's Brooke Birmingham. And she's a Weight Watchers person, and she is the one that had the photo of her in a bikini. And a big magazine wanted to do a story on her because she lost, I want to say, 120 pounds. And so she sent in her photo of her in her bikini. Well, when you lose upward, 50 pounds or more, you have skin. And so she had extra skin, and they refused to use her picture.
Are you serious?
And she got really upset with them, so she took it public because the publisher's reasoning was they don't show people in bikinis. But it was like Shape magazine or something. They show people in bikinis. She's like, I can show you other people that you've shown in bikinis. That is not the truth. And she's been on national news. She's been everywhere with this picture, and it's a pretty amazing picture. But she has amazing confidence, and I think that really is the whole thing behind it, is confidence.
What did
You
you
might have
say
to
her
look her
name
up.
was?
Brooke Birmingham.
I'm gonna look this chick up.
Yeah, I actually got to meet her, and I met her before she became famous, and so I was like, and she's just amazing, and you wouldn't know that she's lost that much weight, and you wouldn't realize what's like underneath her clothes because of that, because most people that have that weight loss usually end up having to have, surgery afterwards.
Right.
And she just decided that wasn't her thing. She didn't need it, and that she felt confident enough in herself. And she's proud of wearing her bikini.
Wow.
Good for her.
I just found it. I'm gonna try to screen share. I've never done that before. Hold on, let me see. Share the picture. Yeah. Can you see it?
Yeah. There she is.
I feel like that takes so much confidence. That takes so much courage, and for a health and fitness magazine to say that that they were unwilling to share it.
Yeah. And she's an amazing person. She's a beautiful person on the inside too. Like, talking to her, she was just like, she's just a big cheerleader. And I'm sure that's why she does magazines and stuff, is she wants to cheer people on.
Yeah.
I feel like not everybody starts out a health and fitness journey in a healthy place, like that shows. I just feel like the magazine would get more people if they're showing, like, you can do it too, like it doesn't have to just be this category of people.
Right. Wow.
Do you think that they think, besides the whole image issue, do you think that part of their issue is that people see those results and they become discouraged with trying to make those results?
Oh, that's a good point. Because
I don't think the magazine was going there, but do you think that a lot of people would be discouraged thinking, I've lost all this weight, but I'm not going to look like what the pictures in the magazine show?
I think so. I mean, not for everybody, but like recently I just talked to a girl. She has a significant amount of weight to lose. And who was she talking about? There was somebody that, had a lot of skin and needed skin removal surgery. And she was like, is that what I'm going to look like? Is that going to happen to me? And I was like, well, you're still really young. You know how to lose weight the healthy way. And if you don't do anything too drastic. You probably won't have, too much, a lot. I mean, like, what do you say to somebody? But it's like, I think there is a very good possibility that it turns people away, because you have this mentality when you're overweight, what you're going to look like when you get to your dream size. And then if you think in your head, oh, that's not what I'm going to look like, then what's the point? Why get there? Stay eating your McDonald's and be happy eating your French fries every meal, because you're not ever going to have that, fancy body that all the magazines show that you get.
Well, I totally get what you guys are saying, but like I feel like they would be more disappointed once they got to that point if they don't, if they get there and they're like just like I feel like they would be like really let down if they got down and they're like, okay, I'm at my goal weight and I still don't look the way that I want to look. Like, wouldn't they feel like they put in all that hard work for nothing? I mean, if they know beforehand what's realistic, like, I personally just like, I like to look at pictures of other moms and things like that. Not like, I mean, I give the ones who don't have stretch marks and bounce back in 3 months major credit, but I like to look at ones who are more similar to me, moms who gained like 50 pounds when they were pregnant, moms who have stretch marks and stuff like that. Like, I follow a couple of Instagram and Facebook pages and stuff like that where they're women, and you know what, like, I feel like I look like that and it's attainable to me, and I can look at that and be like, okay, because I'm not gonna lose 30 pounds and magically not have stretch marks and have a six-pack.
Yeah. Well, and I was going to say the frustrating issue for me, though, is also the mom shaming. Remember the mom with the picture that said, what's your excuse?
Yes. Oh.
I am not going to look like her. No matter what I do. And Jenny, like what you were telling that lady about, well, you're being honest with her, because the fact is that if she thinks that she can obtain what that woman has, then she's going to be disappointed in the end, and then she's going to just say, well, why did I do it? Right?
Right.
Because I think your motivation shouldn't be all about how you look. It has to be about how you feel, and like physically feel, and mentally feel, and it has to be a whole health thing. It cannot be just an image thing.
No, totally. I 100% agree. I like, your mental and emotional health is so, I mean, health in general, obviously, with the weight loss journey should be the main motivation behind it. But I think that having a realistic expectation of the outcome is part of being mentally healthy while you're on the journey, personally. I mean, like, my sister is like 6 foot tall. She is a plus-sized girl. She always has been. She just came out that way. And she started hitting the gym like hard back in January, and she's been doing amazing. Like, she is transforming her body. But she knows that she's probably never going to be smaller than like a 14, 16. Like, that's probably going to be a good size for her. And she's fine with that. Like, she knows she's not going to have like a bikini, like all those, you know what I mean? Like, you got to love yourself through the journey.
Yes.
And love what you have.
That is so true. And I feel like until you can get to that point, then you won't have a successful weight loss. You won't have a journey that is a lifestyle change. You're just going to keep yo-yoing. Yeah. Because, I mean, think about it. How many girls out there are doing it for the mental health, for the, the feeling good and happy? And, I mean, that's just, I feel like it's wishful thinking for us to think that that's why everybody does it. But, like for me and Ashley, too, because we are from the same area, we live by the beach. I mean, we live minutes away from the beach. So I know that a lot of people in my area, at least for me, for a long time, um, I don't consider myself obese. According to the BMI charts, I am, but I don't think that I am when I look at myself, just because I think everybody's different and you can't kind of go through a chart to get that. But, I've always been the heavier friend, and because I'm only 5'1", I carry my weight differently. And because, all my friends had pools growing up and we live near the beach, and in the summertime, everyone lives in their bathing suit, I feel like, it has nothing to do, at least in the demographic I'm in, it has nothing to do with your mental health. And, you could care less. It's all about what you look like, how you see yourself in pictures, and, I wish that it was about mental health, but I think that, you know, until it gets to that point where that is your focus, then you can't be successful in what you're doing. I think that's why up until recently, that's when I started, losing the weight and keeping it off and having the motivation to do it, is because I wanted to feel good and I wanted to change other women's perspectives, and I wanted, other women to have lives impacted as much as mine was. So I wish everybody could get to that point, but I think that it takes a lot for someone to get to the point where it's about mentality versus, what society makes us feel like is the purpose.
Yeah. I I've totally just always been kind of like the anti-society person. I don't know, like ugh. Our society like bugs me on so many levels, and I mean, there's so many categories that they feel like people have to fit in, and it's just like trying to fit a whole bunch of people that are round in a square hole. Like, it's not going to happen, and it's okay for us not to fit, Like, that's what makes the world beautiful, is that we're all different and we're all unique and everything like that. And I just feel like we spend so much time trying to I think probably the number one thing that bugs me the most right now is the whole thigh gap thing. And I'm just like, that doesn't even look healthy. Why are you trying to do that? And most of the time, they're posing a certain way to make it appear that they have one, but they really, if they were standing normally, they don't have a thigh gap. And it's like, why are you putting that out there? Like, that's not even real. Or even celebrities, like, I guess I didn't really pay attention to it a whole lot until Beyonce got caught photoshopping one of her photos of her in a bikini to give her a thigh gap, and it's like, girl, you're the queen. What are you doing?
Is that the one that was just recently posted?
I want to say it was about 6 months ago. She's walking downstairs, and the stairs between her thighs are all like warped. Like, it doesn't even look natural. And
it's obvious she did something.
Yeah, and it's like she is like one of the most like beautiful women in celebrity, and she still felt like she needed to fit herself into this standard that society has right now, this trend that people are into. It just kind of blows my mind sometimes.
It's sad. Because, look back at Marilyn Monroe, how gorgeous she was. But if she were her here in 2015, she wouldn't be as big, not big like literally, but she wouldn't have been as, like Adele. She got so much crud for being overweight and being a plus-size woman. It's disgusting. Who was that? Isn't there, something going around about a new plus-size model that's come out?
There was. I only saw a little bit of it. She's supposed to be, like, a plus size, but she's, like, 6'4" or something.
Oh.
So, is that what you're talking about?
I think so. I don't remember her name or who she's modeling for. I don't think it's obviously it's not Victoria's Secret. They don't do anything over a large, but
I feel like
Are you talking about the swimming suit edition?
it might be. I'm not even
They just came
sure.
out with a big thing because I know a friend had her daughter write a post at them about it because it was very upsetting for her, saying that, making a big deal that they're showing plus size models that weren't really plus size and like congratulating themselves, like patting themselves on the back, but it really was still just not encouraging to people,
well, and
to
there's so
real
much
women.
stopping them to within an inch of their life. Like they don't look like that at all. Plus size in the model industry is like a size 10.
Yeah.
Not and like a size 10 on like a 5'7" to 6 foot woman is not like I'm 5'6". I am overweight and I'm fully aware of it. My sister is 5'9". She's only 3 inches taller than me. I have two sisters. My other sister, she wears like a 9'10". She's 145 pounds, but like the girl is in shape. Like she's very athletic. She plays like a lot of sports. Like she's in really good shape. She looks really good. She's 5'9". Like it's not the same on. Oh, it's so frustrating. Well, and like Kate Upton, absolutely gorgeous, but she's considered a full-figured model.
Really?
Yeah, because she has boobs and a butt. She's considered a full-figured model. She's not just a hanger. And I'm not trying to like skinny shame. I think it's such a fine line to
Why
try.
can't we just like accept everybody's bodies?
Yeah,
Right? Everybody's body is different. Like even my bone structure is different than most people. Like the whole, do you ever do the thing with your fingers around your wrist?
yeah,
Like, can you touch?
yeah.
I can't touch.
You know,
And
I
you
it's
can
ever,
funny.
always touch though. It doesn't matter how big I get. I can always touch. Like I just don't get weight there. Like my
yeah,
wrist.
that you don't gain weight there, and so they say this is a good way for you to tell how big your bones are. Because there really is a such thing as being heavier boned. I had a
Yeah.
coworker that she could like wrap her fingers, like her wrist was like that, and mine's like that, and you don't have weight on your wrist.
Mhm.
And it's just like people are different. You
It's
can't.
so funny that you say that because I just recently posted something. I don't know if it was in Brightside Fitness or where I posted it on Facebook, what page, but we were talking about. I had a physical recently. Me and my husband went. I'm trying to get him motivated to get healthier. So, in an effort for him to do that, I went to the doctor as well and got blood work and all this stuff. And I was like, I understand I need to lose weight. I'm not at the ideal weight, but what do you suggest? And he said, well, I would say between 145 and 155 because I'm about 170 something now. 173, I was at my appointment. And he said, but 145 is really, pushing it. I would not go that low. He said, because you're thick boned. And I just kind of laughed because, you always hear people say, oh, well, I'm big boned, but then you hear other people say, there is no such thing as that. But not that Google is right about every single thing or that they have all the answers, but there is an article out there that I posted talking about the size of your wrist. If your wrist is a certain size, that indicates the size of your bones. And there is a such thing as being a big boned person.
Mhm.
So, you could be so skinny, teeny tiny, and I want to share this picture I just found too. Um, you could be so skinny, teeny tiny, but, we look has nothing to do with, you just can't make a blanket statement like that. Have y'all ever seen this? This isn't the exact thing I was
Yes.
looking for, but it's like similar. It's like they all weigh the same weight, but they're all different heights, so they're all in different sizes. All those women are 150 pounds. So it's like that just amazes me. I mean, look at that poor little woman in a size 14. She looks a lot heavier than 150.
Well, don't you find it interesting that she's next to somebody who's an 18 who looks smaller than her?
Mhm. Isn't that crazy? And then you got the girl in the inn with the abs for days.
Yeah. And she's a size 2.
Yeah. I don't even know what that's like. The smallest size I ever remember being is, what was it? A size 8 or something like that. I was a size 8 in middle school. But that was before skinny jeans were invented. We had wide legs. Y'all remember wide leg jeans?
Yes, I saw the Fine Brothers posted something. I don't know if it was recent, but I was like, I put it in mind to watch later. It was a teens react to 90s fashion, and like they had like Jinkos
Yeah,
like as the thing, and I was like, oh my gosh,
that
that's
is awesome.
because those were like the thing
Oh
back
yeah,
in the day.
we are in a very big Navy community, and that was the thing when I was in middle school was we would go to the thrift store and we would go buy Navy denims, and those would be our pants because they were like the perfect flare.
Hmm. Yeah.
Do your
I
clothes
feel
motivate you?
Do what?
Do your clothes motivate you?
Yes.
Just thinking about it, just like we're talking about clothes and
my clothes personally don't motivate me. I mean, it motivates me if I am wearing something and it fits, and then I gain some weight and it doesn't fit anymore. That motivates me. But the actual size, the number that's on the clothes doesn't motivate me because it's different with every brand. Like there's no set size or whatever. Like I had size 4 pants in high school and I had size 9 pants in high school because I had a big butt. Like it just really depended on the brand and where the top of the pants hit on my body.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if it was like the low rise, you typically need a bigger size in low rise pants than you do in like the higher rise pants.
Don't you
So
hate how guys can walk in a store, they know their size, they can pick it off the rack, and then they can walk away and like go home and it fits, but women, like every brand is different. You can't do that. You have to try everything on.
well, and how many different lengths do they have? We have petite, average, and tall.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, yeah, if you're lucky. And you know what? Like, I am not like tall, but I have like a shorter torso and longer legs, so typically I need tall so that my pants don't look like high waters after the first time I wash them. But if I get the tall ones, they drag on the ground and shred, and they don't last as long. It's like, can we get an in between here?
And I have to get petite or short because I have short legs. I'm just short all over. My torso is short, my legs are short. Luckily, my arms are like normal. But it's like I can't go into a store and just buy pants unless I plan to alter them. So it's like I prefer to wear yoga pants. They're just comfortable.
They are, and the only thing about yoga pants is if you gain some weight, you don't realize it right away. 'Cause you can still wear the same yoga pants, and they'll fit you. But when you go try to put your jeans on, your jeans don't fit. At least that's my case.
That's a great point.
I can wear yoga pants for days, and then I need to do something, and I go to put real pants on, and they don't fit, and I'm like, oh, I guess I gained some weight.
And I did read that it's better to wear jeans to be aware of yourself. Like if you're not going to weigh yourself,
Hmm.
if looking at a scale is hard for you, that you should purposefully then wear like jeans or something like that so that you can make sure that you can at least tell if you're starting to get bigger that way.
I would say that probably stretchy jeans or like jeggings definitely don't fall in that category. I had some. Okay, so like they were baggy on me when I was in high school. They were like a 7, And I was 125 pounds in high school. Okay, I was little. And then by the time I turned 18, moved out of my parents' house, I was 165 pounds. I put on 40 pounds. And I didn't my jeans still fit me, and everything was fine until one day I sat down the wrong way. I had to sit down on the curb of the sidewalk, and I ripped my pants.
There was your aha moment.
Yeah, but for 40 pounds, they still went on.
Wow.
So, yeah, and 40 pounds is a lot. I can go 10 pounds now and not fit in a size.
Yeah.
I think that's mom body.
Mom body?
Yeah, I feel like, after we had kids, like nothing. Like we could, when we were younger, teenagers or, even before we had our first kids, I feel like 5 pounds here or there was like evenly distributed, and now it's just like 5 pounds seems like 20, and you gain it in like the most obvious places.
Yeah, that's true.
There's like no hiding the fact that you had an extra cupcake because the boys had their birthday party and the neighborhood kids didn't eat them all.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I feel like even looking back, if pictures of me when I was like my husband's first deployment, I was quite overweight. I think I was 180, 182. I remember I weighed more than him. But my weight, it was okay distributed, but like even right now, like I notice I get like this little like I'm not trying to nitpick myself, but like I notice I get like this little like fold in my arm and like a fold in my boob, and I got like these extra little like rolly places, and I'm like,
Yeah.
It doesn't get better. I have to leave in about 10 minutes, ladies.
Okay.
So you know.
We're going to wrap it up soon. I know we were a little late coming on, but I think that, I think we covered a lot of really good stuff. I think that now is the time of year that it's on everybody's mind. They all want to lose that, extra little weight, or they want to do a drastic change to get, something. I know that, for me, I was really gung-ho about it, about losing weight, and I did. I lost 8 pounds in 3 weeks. I felt amazing. I was telling all my friends about it. I'm a Beachbody coach, and I want everybody to lose all this weight. And then it was like the stomach bug went around the house, and then it was like a friend and I, one of my friends, we had a falling out, and it was just like, one thing after the other after the other. It was like life is just making it way too hard to stay motivated right now. And it's like, how do you, I guess what I'm getting at is, what are some tips for you guys to share with those that are watching to not get discouraged, not, get off track and lose all of the hard work that they've done?
that's really hard. Before I jump into that, I do want to just mention that 8 pounds on someone who is 5'1" is, good job.
Thank you.
Because 8 pounds on someone that is 5'1" is not going to be the same as 8 pounds on someone at 5'6". Like, it's not going to be this, the same. Like 8 pounds is a big deal when you're small. So, it's hard when you have external things going on, but I think it really just comes down to where your motivation is coming from in the first place, and really just being, and we've talked so much about mental health and things, but just being mentally healthy, knowing that you're worth it no matter like what's going on. Like, you might get discouraged, but like, you're doing it for yourself, whether it's to show your kids to live a healthier lifestyle, to fit in a certain pair of pants, like whatever. What it comes down to, you're doing it to be a healthier you, and you just have to remember that you deserve it no matter what's going on.
That's really good.
And I would say one of the things that you have to do is you have to forgive yourself. You're gonna have things like that happen, and you just have to realize that it's going to happen, and realize that you have to figure out how you're gonna cope through it. Try to figure out some healthy coping skills through it. Figure out that you can recognize, okay, I'm really stressed right now. I really want that sugar. I really want that chocolate. But how else can I get what I need mentally from that somewhere else? Like, do I need to go out for a walk? Do I need to do this? And even making a physical list and having it written down, that was one of the things that they really taught me when I was doing my weight loss, was have these things written down that have worked for you, and have them in a place that you can go back and look at it, because you're going to have those things happen. And let's say, that it gets to the point where it's so stressful that you do gain some weight back. You have all those tools that worked for you before, and if you wrote them down and notated them and shared them or whatever, you can go back and look at them and say, okay, this worked before, and I can do it again. And because you're always going to have those ups and downs, because you always have those ups and downs in your life.
I mean, it's a lifestyle change. It's a journey, and you're going to keep going through it, I mean, as life goes. And like any lifestyle change, it's not going to happen overnight. When you have new obstacles that are different, you're going to learn different ways to handle them.
So true.
And sometimes you're going to be in situations where you can't use things that you cope with before. Just as an example, for Christmas or being at my parents' house, for me, I'm the kind of person to where if I don't bring it in my space, I won't eat it. I'll be fine. I'll look for something different. If I don't have chocolate in my space, I'll have a cup of tea at night with some honey in it and be completely good with that. But I bought some dark chocolate peanut butter cups to have a Orange is the New Black marathon with my siblings in about a month, and they wound up open, and 6 of them went into my mouth before I was able to stop myself. So Christmas time, normally if there's cookies or whatever around, my dad loves to bake. It's like this thing that he has to do every year. He makes all these things, and they're so good, and they're sitting out. And normally I would not have that in my house because I know I'm going to eat it. But if I'm in a place where I can't do that, I can't remove myself or remove the temptation, I just have to find different ways to handle it. Is the way that I coped with before.
But it's like you said, it's a lifestyle change. Once we get really serious about it and, we really want to make those changes, we're going to do whatever it takes. Pepper, I know you got to get out of here, so I'll go ahead and wrap things up. But I just want to thank everybody for sticking it out and watching it. I know that I didn't really advertise this one as much as I have in the past, and I apologize, everybody. I hope that we get some viewers after the fact. If you've asked questions or commented, they haven't come through for me, but we will get to them in the next Hangout. And ladies, if you want to just really quickly say again where we can find you.
I'm Pepper from pepperscraps.com and Pepper Scraps on YouTube.
I'm Ashley from Eagles Nest, and I'm on YouTube.
And I am Jenny, and this is my channel, Being Jenny Marie, and you can find me, Being Jenny Marie, all over social media. And thank you again so much for being here, guys, and thank you to you two YouTubers for joining me. It was a blast, and I hope to see you guys back again. So thanks again, everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye.